The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Guys, welcome to an episode of probably a podcast that you guys have been berating me for literally since I started the podcast. I'm not kidding. Like, this is a very, very highly requested guest we have on the podcast today. The one, the only, my big sister.
Hello.
This is Emery. Emery and I are related.
You killed that one. Killed it.
I was about to say our age apart. It's like Emery and I are 3 years apart. Like, what?
We're 2.5.
No, we're closer to 3. Your birthday's in January. Mine's in November. We're like
2.5.
No, we're like 2 years. There's only 3 months of the year where we're 2 years apart.
Okay, that's true.
So what? We're both no mathematician. I'll tell you that thing. Like, not one person in our family got the math gene.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. What is that? What's 12 minus 3? 9. So we're 2 years and 9 months apart.
Yeah.
So that's closer to 3, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Okay, anyways. And yeah, we're here to just talk about all things me and Emery now, Emery and Shannon then. I talk a lot on my social media about just like our childhood, and it's not like, you know, a daily thing that I talk about, but anytime I reference childhood, I'm always like having really funny anecdotes about you and I, because we just had like such a wonderful, hilarious, and tumultuous childhood together.
Yeah.
Like,
we did not grow up in one of those houses where like everybody stays in their bedroom all the time.
No.
That would have been too easy.
True.
Yeah.
It's so true. That is such a, like, you either like were or weren't. And we were just like always, I mean, we also, as you guys know, we didn't grow up in like a huge house. So it's like quarters were tight. And then I was just saying
you can hear
this.
through the walls.
Oh my God, a pin drop.
Yeah.
Still, when we go home sometimes.
You knocked last time we were home and said, can you turn the TV down?
Yeah, you can hear people clear their throats. And this is no shade. We love our parents' home so much. Like, our parents keep trying to sell their house. We're like, you can't sell it. Like, we literally love our childhood home so much.
But a little more insulation, wouldn't mind it.
But yeah, like, I don't know, like, throw a couple extra things of sheetrock in that bitch. But anyways, so like, I also made the point that we grew up in an area of town. I was like, you have to understand, we didn't grow up in the city proper. We didn't grow up in a neighborhood with a cul-de-sac. We grew up down a dirt road where there were literally not one singular child in the entire neighborhood, surrounding areas. We would, like, if we saw someone was moving in, we'd be like, do you guys have kids? They're like, what the fuck? Like, we only had each other.
Yeah.
That was it. So like, we had so much time together to dislike each other. And we're just like sisters. You're either one of those sisters that grew up like super close and like obsessed.
I never understood that.
And you're like, it's like, I guess it's people that have a lot more in common, and they're just like BFFFFFF. Or you grow up with your big sister and your little sister and you're like, you're fucking annoying. No, you're fucking annoying. Like, that's just like, it's either one or the other. So
I feel that like whenever I hear sisters that like hated themselves when they were like, or hated each other, I mean, when they were younger, they end up being really, really close when they're older.
Yeah.
Sisters who were close as kids, I don't know, need more of a sample size there.
Yeah, I need more of I agree. More research done. Well, we can talk a little bit about our childhood. The main thing that I always say, and also, by the way, like, we're already like missing a very important factor of our childhood and how we grew up, and that is that we do have a brother.
Yeah, we do.
And my brother throws so much shade all the time, and me and Emery were laughing about this because he's like, hey, no one ever knows you have a brother. And I'll be honest, I do get messages like, I didn't know you had a brother. And like, here's the thing, Dylan, you know, pop off, King. Like,
we love him.
What did you say earlier that was so funny? You go, he needs to make more of a splash on socials. Like,
yeah, he told me that. He goes, there's like bios online. It's like, you have a sister, and then tells that mom, dad, and they even talk about Lauren, but they don't talk about me. And I was just like, you need a larger social presence. I don't know.
And Dylan, why are you checking my fucking online bios, you freak?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, this was years ago.
No, I know.
Yeah.
It's funny because also the age gap between you and Dylan is 8 years.
Yeah.
That's like pretty
massive.
big. And then the age gap between me and Dylan is 5 years. And then like, he's also a boy. Like, sisters that grew up like 2.5 years apart like we did, we're just gonna have more stories, more qualms, more whatever. Like, Dylan was just like literally the baby, the favorite, the everything. Like, he got whatever he wanted, and like, we're punishing you now. Okay,
yeah,
that's what this is.
He also was just like he couldn't be bothered as a baby up until I think semi-recently. He's more extroverted than both of us combined now.
It's so true, which is so crazy.
Like, I don't know how that happened.
He was kind of a wallflower for a very long time.
I mean, then all of a sudden it was like, I don't know, he turned 21 and now he's like great.
It's so true. Like, at my wedding, everyone's like, yo, your brother though.
The
like,
Russian dancing?
Like, he just like, he was giving Fiddler on the Roof every time he was dancing. He's shirtless.
Yeah.
He just has his vest on. We're like, what the fuck are you doing, you crazy bitch? Like, I'm like, Dylan, I don't have stories of you like that from our childhood because bitch, just played with your little NASCAR cars and kept to yourself. Like,
yeah, but we do have a brother.
We do have a brother, and we love him very, very, very much, very dearly. I'll have him on the podcast one of these days. You guys can get to know him, all about him. Like, and by the way, like Dylan now, like I'm scared. I'm scared. He's great. He's honestly like, he's hilarious. He's funny. We love him. We'll give credit where credit's due. We have a great little brother, but that's not what this podcast is about. All right. But Dylan, there's your shout out. Okay. There's your splash on socials. Okay. So basically a lot of people want to know just about our childhood in general. One of the main questions was, what was it like having Shannon as a little sister? I often talk about how you used to beat my ass physically, like put the beat down on me. Okay. And you know, I have friends, Grayson comes to mind, who are like, and it's funny because like I'm being so dramatic when I'm like, I blocked that out. I don't remember. Like I fucking remember getting my ass whooped. But like sometimes she tells stories and Grayson is just like not an exaggerator. And she was like, I really would like call my mom and be like, Mom, can you come pick me up? Like I'm scared. She was an only child though, so that bitch just didn't know.
Yeah. I mean, look, I'm not going to condone physical violence against siblings ever, but
when they deserve it, they deserve it.
You said it. But like,
listen,
but there are some times where like you just would not stop talking.
You're being nice. Well, actually, that sounds crazy. If I was just talking and you whipped my ass, that's crazy. I was verbally assaulting her. And
you scratched the.
I did. All I had was my nails. What? I don't have strength. All I had was my nails.
Yeah.
I just know Emery, knew her back then, know her now well, of course. But like as a child, I just knew exactly what to say and do to piss her the fuck off. And I got this like sick satisfaction of like I really was the sister that's like, I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. Like I would like put my feet on her. She'd be like, get off. And I'd be like, okay. And then I'd be like, I'm not, but it would be like right there. Like I was a menace. You know what I mean? Like
under, like at family dinners, like toes under the table, like on my leg, just to piss me off.
Yeah. I was just always doing something to annoy her. And then like when I got out of that phase of just being like an annoying little like twerp, like touching her and kicking her and stuff, I got to the verbal stage. And that was where I was just like verbally heinous to you. And I would just like say stuff that I know would set you off. Like it's almost like I wanted to get my ass beat. It's like you meet those guys.
Your tongue is a weapon. Honestly, I'm just glad it's not turned towards me anymore.
True. I just think like, I don't know. Now it's not used. Now I don't use it as a weapon. Now I just use it as a beautiful superpower. But
not a weapon all the time. I'm just saying that like sometimes like if you get pissed, like I would not want to be the person you're pissed at.
That I'm speaking to.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
I just think like, you know, when you meet that guy and he's just like a fucking dick and you're like, does he want to get punched in the face? It's like, that's kind of how I was as a kid. Yeah. But I don't know. Like, anyways, growing up, she did beat my ass. Yeah. The thing about Emery, I need to break this down for you guys. And I talk about it often, but like Emery was born and then I was born and then my little brother was born. And Dylan, I'm roping you in with us here, me on this one. Emery was like the scene from, is it Hocus Pocus? Hocus Pocus, where the witches go and they go and they suck out all the souls of the little children. Emery sucked all you sucked all the athleticism from every ounce of our family and it all went to Emery. Okay, so you have to picture this.
Which is funny because mom and dad are not athletes.
Yeah, neither one of them played sport growing up, right?
Mom was horrible at swimming. She did pageants, and then
that is not nice to say.
Dad was
she was horrible.
She said she almost sank in the pool. Those were her words.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mom might listen to this.
Sorry, Mom. You said it.
I think mom and dad aren't known for their sporty behaviors growing up. No. And my sister, as we were just telling Courtney, my sister was so athletic, you guys. She wasn't just athletic. She wasn't just a girl that played sports. She excelled in sports to the point that our high school coaches, like literally our high school coaches, would find out a way how to share her during seasons because like, I don't even know enough about sports, but like what sports fall in the same season? Cross country and basketball?
So I would be doing basketball. I remember like running cross country for like an hour and then going to swim practice.
Yeah, like anytime like sports fell at the same season, so most people just,
then track.
I don't know, pick one. Which one are you best at? No, the coaches would be like, we could figure this out.
Yeah.
They would get together and they would figure out a way to share Emery so that she could do all the sports. She won state competitions. She won everything. So it's like funny to think about like my childhood. We just laughed about this because I'm like, my childhood was just spent bored as fuck sitting in the stands. And I just made this joke where I was like, I don't know. I would look at my dad like, why are we going? She's going to win. What does it matter? Why are we here? I'm so bored. Why am I here? And like, he used to like every once in a while, they would let me like bring a friend. because I'd be so bored. My friend would be like, I don't want to go watch her play soccer. And I'd be like, oh.
I remember you'd get so thrilled if they give you like $5, like concession, bye.
Concession stand, you're so right.
You were gone.
Bitch, I got some of those airheads.
You always get those straws.
Yes. Oh my God, that's so funny. Yeah. They knew that was the only way I would be.
Oh my God, you're like cracked down sugar at every single game.
100%. Wow. Yeah. My poor tongue. That's probably why I have geographic tongue now. I just like ate so much sour candy so I would shut up. But yeah, our childhood was spent together a lot, and people want to know, like, what was it like growing up with me? I'll stop talking now so you can answer. What was it like growing up with me as a little sister?
It was a lot.
It was a lot.
It was a lot. It's, I think that like back then we were just, like you said, like we were crammed into such a small house, and like we have such different interests and personalities, especially at that age, and like especially when you're so emotionally immature. And I just feel like it was like the perfect recipe for disaster.
So true. Like,
and we shared a bathroom, which made it just like hell in a handbasket.
Yeah. Oh my God. Close quarters, sharing a bathroom, not having similar interests, so always thinking what the other person was doing is stupid. Like, we also came from a household where we weren't allowed to say but, stupid, idiot, shut up.
We could beat each other,
but we could whoop each other's ass.
But we weren't actually allowed to do that. I remember once Dad told me, he goes, you can't hit Shannon because she's not as big as you. And I remember being like, why is it my fault that she is so puny? Like,
I remember
why am I getting punished for this?
I remember a time that I had gone and told on you for the 100th time that you hit me or pushed me or whatever. She was really good at not leaving marks. I was bad at that. I'd scratch her and she'd be like, Shannon scratched me. She was really good at just like,
it was an art form. You know how pale you were?
Injuring me without like, I couldn't prove it. So I'd just be like, she did. I remember one time Dad looked at me. He's like, hit her back. Just hit her back then. And I was like, no. What are you gonna death wish for me? Like, I hit her back.
Just tell me you don't like me.
That's not what this was supposed to be. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, it's hard. You're right. It's hard when you're so immature and you're so different. You think like, this person, I'll never like this person,
Yeah. I remember once in the parking lot, like, you and I had been fighting over the sweater, and then instead of giving it back to me, you threw it in a puddle. And I just remember
classic.
I just remember thinking,
classic Shannon.
If we weren't sisters, we would never talk to each other. We would not be friends.
Yeah, that was a question. It said, if you guys weren't sisters, would you ever be friends? And to your point, it's like,
as kids, for sure not.
Kids, absolutely not. Mortal enemies.
We would have been like frenemies.
Yeah, mortal enemies, 100%.
Mortal enemies, yeah.
But I think it's a beautiful thing, and I actually talked about this on Mallory Irvin's podcast, like the gift of siblings. Not everyone is so lucky, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And people love to talk about, and of course, people have like serious trauma with their sisters and brothers and things maybe they can't work. Things they can't work through, things whatever. And like I'm a firm believer in like getting someone out of your life that does not serve you on a very serious, deep level.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you're just not similar to your sister, if you just have different interests, if you just are different in so many aspects of your life, that is still your sister or your brother that was put on this earth as your sibling. Yeah. And I just said, not to get too like existential and deep with it here, but like you literally were born from the same two people, and you were forced into this life together as siblings. And as probably annoying it is, the age old sign, like you can't pick your family, but like, isn't that kind of a cool part of life to like figure out how to still love that person? Because at the end of the day, wives are gone, husbands are gone, everything's gone in life. Your parents pass away. You have your siblings.
Yeah.
And that's like really cheesy and beautiful, but like, why wouldn't you strive to be close to your sister? And there are some people who have no relationship with their sister and or wish they did. Like, why won't my sister like me? Why can't I speak with my sister? And so
like genuinely disinterested in having a friendship as adults.
A friendship, a relationship, introducing them to your kids, to your spouse. It's like, I think it's a really beautiful thing to have a sister that cares enough to want to be in your life, So like, it's something that should be cherished, even though you and I, like, I couldn't be more bored when I hear you talk about dumb shit. Like, you were literally... She's really good friends with all of James' friends. So fucking annoying, classic. And she was like, we were just talking, me and Allie were just talking about, miles per gallon. And I was like, that is so fucking boring. I don't care.
On our trucks, we were talking about eco mode versus sport mode. Look, this is important information. People look into it.
I joined a college basketball bracket. And I'm very grateful.
You didn't even fill out your own bracket. Can we talk about that for a second? You sent the money, and then
here's my money.
You couldn't be bothered to fill out the bracket, and so I filled out your bracket for you. And the worst part is you're currently beating me. You're ahead of me with this bracket.
The algorithm,
like a lotto quick pick for you.
Listen, the algorithm loves who it loves. I can't say anything else. I've always been a queen of the algorithm.
Right.
I think like I'm really grateful that we're close enough now that I think there was a time in our lives where I was like, I felt like this, maybe you felt like this, I don't know, but where I was like, I don't want to tell her that I think whatever she's doing is so fucking stupid. Now I'm like, we're so close that I can be like, I'll do it. Here's my $50. I'll do it. I don't fucking care about this. And like, we can be lighthearted and laugh with each other. Like, and I don't think I'm offending you. I think we were so separated as children and then into our early adolescence that I was like, I can't say that. That'll offend her. And it's like, no, actually, Emery's like very not offended very easily. Like you're not.
But I mean, I think also as a kid, like I was so like defensive and like wasn't great at taking criticism. I think that that's definitely something that had to be grown as I aged. For
just people in general have to learn that growing up. That frontal lobe will do something to you.
It will.
So. I love that we can like truly be ourselves around each other. I feel like that's such a gift that I can, when you're like, me and Allie, we're just talking about that. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. That is so boring.
I think one of my favorite things is like sometimes when we go home and we're like just sitting on the couch with like mom and we're just like watching, what is it? Lifetime movies? The ones where the girl's always stolen and then she's always returned and they're like always super boring. We watch like 3 of them in a row when we do our movie marathons.
That's not Lifetime movies. Those are just like the movies that have the same plot that we just really like to find on Netflix.
It's really lame.
Someone gets
Southern
kidnapped.
households know what I'm talking about. There's some channel that moms love.
IDTV. It's like Snapped. It's like Snapped or like Taken Abroad. Yeah.
But it's like we'll watch these and I just think about like how we're just like rotting into the couch and like no one's talked for like 3 hours and I'm just like, oh, I love this.
Yeah, it's
like,
really nice.
Like you have people that like you don't even need to talk. You're so used to each other's company.
You can exist in silence. That's a really beautiful thing because you don't feel the need to like have to fill the silence.
Yeah, and like who do you get that with besides like siblings and parents and like your spouses
and your best friends? Yeah, it's just like you have to be really close with someone to be able to like sit and rot in silence and not care.
Yeah.
Okay, if you guys are like me and you're having that spring travel itch, you got that itch to travel, but you're like also me and you need new stuff. That's just what you need. I'm trying to be better. You know, this is a finance podcast, but sometimes you just want that new vacation flair. Now, that is why I head to Quince, because I'm able to treat myself not only to some travel essentials, but to some amazing clothes at an amazing price because vacation season is upon us. So they have some high quality travel essentials at fair prices like lightweight European linen styles from $30, you guys, okay? Like European linen, what? Washable silk tops and comfy lounge sets. Now, I myself just got a couple things for James and I. Their men's section is really popping off. I don't think my brother-in-law listens to this podcast, so I can say that I just gifted him a bunch of stuff from Quince for his birthday. And it really is such high quality stuff like lightweight premium European linens and then premium luggage options and stylish tote bags to carry it all. We're talking real leather. And the best part is Quince is able to do all this because they price their stuff 50 to 80% less than similar brands because they partner directly with top factories. So what they do is Quince cuts out the cost of the middleman and passes those savings on to us. God bless them for it. And Quince only works with factories, this is very important to me, that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices and premium fabrics and finishes. I love that. We got, really not to spoil his birthday present, but we got him a luggage, like a duffel carrier and then a matching dob kit. It's 100% leather. Like it's just so nice. I love leather for traveling because it really does just as it wears gets better and better and better. So you can have this stuff for a lifetime. So for your next trip, treat yourself to luxe upgrades you deserve from Quince. Go to quince.com/probably for 365-day returns plus free shipping on your order. That's QUINCE.com/probably to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/probably. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about you. So people want to know more about you. So you live in Dallas with your wife, my amazing sister, Lauren. Love her to death. I like, if there's ever a time where I'm annoyed with Emery, I just think like, she's married to Lauren. At least she's married to Lauren. Like she's married to Lauren. I love Lauren so much.
I think the same thing about James sometimes. I'm like, at least James is sporty.
Yeah. No, it's really funny. Like that was another question that I got asked. Like, what does she think of James? Does she get along with James? I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah, not at all.
What do you mean? Of course, they like leave me out. Like, yeah, when I'm home, I'm like, where'd you guys go?
It's like me, Dylan, and James, and like Allie over in the corner.
I'm like, hello,
like, trying to find us.
Hello.
You're always like walking around with a glass of wine, like, where are y'all?
Yeah, James is like, laughing in his phone. I'm like, who are you texting? He's like, your sister. I'm like, what's she texting you? He's like, just don't worry about it. I'm like, okay. Like, okay. Anyways, yeah. So I just love Lauren, and you guys live in Dallas.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at right now. We're in Dallas, and you're coming to my show tonight. Not to make everything about me, but tell me about your life in Texas. Tell me why you guys are here, and then give a brief synopsis about how you and Lauren met.
Okay. Well, how we met, I feel like I've posted this a lot, but
I know I try to like be like, oh, we already told the story, but it's like for those who don't know the story, tell the story.
I mean, the short version is that I was a really bad person. You asked me to come help you move to Nashville, right?
No, Mom was like, "You're helping us move."
That's fair. Yeah, I wouldn't do it for you.
I was 21 years old.
Mom told me to come help you move. And then I got there and then I was like, oh, I have a date, and the date canceled. And so then I went on another date with Lauren, and that date went for 15 hours long. I did not go with y'all to Nashville because we were all supposed to caravan. I was like, oh, the date's running long.
I just do not remember you not coming. Like, I think like Mom.
I didn't get there till the next day. When I arrived, you were completely moved in.
Yeah.
There was like a bunch of guys there we didn't expect moving you in as well.
I think. Oh yeah, all those guys helped us. I was moving in with roommates.
Yeah.
I think I was just like, I don't care. I have my stuff. Like, she can come whenever, because I think Mom really was just forcing you to help.
Yeah. No, but I met her. I mean, we said I love you on the second day. I put a deposit on my ring 2 months later. I mean, it's been 10 years. It's just, I mean, she's wonderful.
Yeah, she's the best thing that ever happened to us.
Yeah. Dylan, don't mess it up.
Dylan, don't mess it up. Oh,
don't mess it up. Yeah, because
what does Dylan have to do with your marriage?
Sometimes we always joke. We're just like,
oh no, it's a great.
Yeah, more context. We always joke. I'm just like, family like outings are so great. Like, James is wonderful. Lauren's wonderful.
It's so true.
And we're like, what if Dylan brought like along someone like they suck?
No, the dynamic is so.
It's so good.
It's so good.
There's pressure.
It's so good. You're so right. Like when all four of us are together, like
yeah, and then Mom, Dad, we're like. It's pressure.
And we all like understand each other at the same time. Like if Dylan's doing something annoying, we can just look at each other and be like if you're doing something, like everyone understands each other, and it's this like beautiful like.
And he's the last one to bring someone, so it's like it's more Good luck,
wait, I'm
Dylan.
kind of stressed.
Yeah.
I look forward to our vacation in Florida. We're vacationing in Florida soon, and I literally thought like, oh, it's so nice that we all just like vibe so well together. When we're together, it's so easy.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys met. You have been together for how many years now?
10.
Because we always laugh at this
10.
because the anniversary of me moving to Nashville is the anniversary of them meeting.
So I always say happy anniversary. But yeah, so we're in Dallas now. Been here for about 7 years. We came here because Lauren is originally from Texas.
Right.
So we came here so she could do med school out here. And now she is in a dual residency and fellowship program for adult and adolescent psychiatry. Yeah,
that's right. My sister-in-law is smart as fuck, and my sister's about to be rich as fuck and buy me so much shit.
Yeah, because you need help.
No, buy me stuff. Yeah, that's right. She's about to have we do have a doctor in the house. It's so funny because Lauren took your last name. I think, didn't you guys just say that like basically the decision was which last name sounds better?
I was driving and I remember being like, just, I always thought I was going to marry a guy, so I didn't really care. And I was like, hey, what last name did you picture us taking one day? And she goes, I always just kind of picture Ford. And I was like, oh, no take backs.
No take backs. No, it's crazy. It's like such a good last name. And I remember Lauren telling me one time.
It is. I'm partial, but yeah.
Yeah, that Lauren told me one time though. She was like, I hope I'm not making this up, but didn't Lauren, it could have been you, that said like, Dr. Ford just sounds better than Dr. Reed.
She said Dr. Lauren Ford. It just sounds good.
It just sounds good. And
She's not wrong. She's not wrong.
It really does. And it's so cool. Like when she became a doctor, like not to make this whole episode about Lauren, but like,
we can.
That's just so fucking fun. Like how cool. I remember like
so much work though. So much.
What, of course.
So much.
Yeah, I'm like, how fun. She's like, bitch.
It was a
and
journey.
to be the wife of a doctor, like that's fucking brutal going through, because I mean you've known her since she was 20.
Yeah, we met, she was 18.
Yeah, so it's like you've literally
she was pre-med. Like how many people meet someone like, if you're gonna do this route, meet them after they're done with residency. And PSA, meet them after residency.
No, you're a warrior too.
Yeah, it's a whole community, but it's great.
I love that. Okay, so you guys live here now, and then a lot of people, the last time maybe I talked about your job online was always talking about you being a swim coach. Oh, because I think I might have posted that you had James come out to one of those swim.
Yeah, that was cute.
That was cute.
Yeah.
James, like, all little kids just like love his accent. They're just like, where are you from? Oh, but you were at an international school.
Yeah. So I worked at a French international school, and James said that he majored in French for a few years until he found out.
That's right.
What was he told his mom? He goes, why is everybody always speaking in French?
He majored in French, or he at least minored in it or something. And then like went to his classes, and he was like, I can't do it. They only speak French. And his mom was like, what the fuck did you think was going to happen? He's like, I thought we'd, do all French, but like they will not speak English. And she's like,
I love this story.
Okay, yeah.
And she goes, what's your degree in? Oh, yeah.
French. Anyways, but he can speak good French. So you took him there, and that was sweet.
Yeah, it was sweet. That was whenever it was like y'all came, and I remember that was the first time I met James, and we didn't meet for a very long time.
Yeah,
it was like our schedules could not line up.
Well, we didn't live together yet. So he he was in London. So it's like he would come for a week at a time and I'd be like, I don't want to fucking do anything but sit in this room and stare at him and be like, I love you, I love you.
But there was also like, I mean, because I didn't see him for what, like a year and a half?
No, you met him.
At least a year. I know a year.
You met him before we got engaged.
Yeah.
So it was, I mean, I think actually.
How long were you together before you got engaged?
We met in May. I think I remember, and I'll have to go fact check this. I think I remember he and I were together for like 9 or 10 months before y'all met. That number for some reason is in my mind because he was like, I need to meet your sister. Now I understand it was because like he was going to propose.
I actually told Mom, I was like, she goes, are you excited to see James? I was like, yeah. I was like, I like that he wants to see me before he like proposes. And I didn't know that Mom knew anything or anything at the time. And she goes, what makes you think that? And I was just like, Shannon was like, can you please pick a date? James is annoying the crap out of me.
Yeah,
goes,
yeah.
I really want to meet your sister. And she goes,
and I was like, I don't want to go to Texas right now. I fucking want to stay here with you.
Summer. It was like 120 degrees.
Yes. And I was like, are you sure you want to go to Dallas? You kept
telling me like, James really wants to come. I was like, it's a horrible time to visit right now.
Yeah, I remember being like, why? My sister can meet you when she meets you. Like, yeah, it doesn't work out, but she's got a very busy schedule. We never get to see each other.
There's like 3 times I went to the lake. All 3 times we had something going on. I was out of town for work all 3 times.
And you know, there's always a classic, like I get it. I live my life on the internet and like people always like they see a version that they, you know, that is their reality in their mind. They're like, yikes, your sister's never met him. I'm like, we keep trying. Like
it was like,
it's not for lack of trying.
Yeah, it was like if you are going to the lake, just bet I'm busy that week.
Maybe that's why people were like, do you even like him? Because they were like, Emery's definitely trying to avoid meeting James. It's like, no.
It looked like it. It
literally did because every time we would go to the lake, which is a great time for you to come because if I was already going to the lake with the family, then you come into your family too.
Well, it's also the thing that like you and I, like anytime one of us is like going to the lake, we kind of like, because we text all the time. Yeah, and we'll mention it and then it's just like, okay, well shoot, well I want to go to the lake because like we always try to like be there when everyone's there.
Right. It's nicer when we're all there. But yeah, anyway, so you guys, where the fuck was I going? That was when you were a swim coach.
Yes.
And now you have a new job and I want you to talk about your new job. Because you love it, right?
I do. So I do marketing. I love marketing. It's like the perfect combination of strategy and creativity.
Yeah.
I used to do video professionally and then design and then just kind of merged that with my strategic interests as I got older and just been really fortunate. So I'm director of marketing for a company out here now and it's a lot of fun.
Emery is extremely, extremely creative because like as if being extremely athletic is not enough. She's really creative. She's an incredible...
I have my own comedy tour tonight.
Listen, you always have been such a good, I don't know another way to say it, drawer? What do you say? Art? I don't want to call you an artist. You're not out here like...
You go, drawer?
You're not out here painting like murals, but like you can
Sketching?
draw so well. Like she's always been able to draw and she can like if she sends you a letter, it's like hand drawn like bubble letters with like swoops and whirls and then she'll put waves and then she'll draw a little cat in the corner and she'll be like, this is you and James. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is
I did draw a cat in the corner.
And that's just like on the envelope.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That gets sent to USPS. It's like you've always just had such a like an eye and a knack for like artistic things. So it's a beautiful thing to marry your type A-ness and your strategic, like annoying, controlling nature with your creativity in marketing. Is like, it's a great way to be successful in marketing. You're not just like the girl that comes up with funny slogans. You're like the girl that can come up with the funny slogan and also like run the team meeting. Yeah.
Well, I think it's interesting. Like the thing I love about marketing is like my goal is to keep the customer at the center of like all the problems. And so without going to the long spiel to make you fall asleep, what that really looks like is just making sure like, okay, what will improve the customer experience and what do they need at the different stages in order to achieve that. And so I think that that's really cool. Like it's helping people, but in a very different way. And also, I mean, helping your company, but
yeah, of course. Well, I just know you're so happy there. And I love, like, I feel like the company really respects you and like sees you
as a good
as
company,
like a really vital, and obviously I'm your sister. So like I get defensive of you and I'm like, she's the most important person here. But like, I feel like they really look at you and they're like, what would we do without her? And that must be a really good thing to feel at a company.
Yeah,
you know?
no. Yeah, for sure.
To feel like
value in any environment.
Valued.
Is wonderful.
Yeah, exactly. Mother's Day is coming up. Let this be your reminder in case you forgot. Did you guys know that the UK and the US have different Mother's Day? So, you know, James already passed his UK Mother's Day, but the US of A, our lovely, amazing mothers, Eric, this day is coming up. Now, I'm pregnant, so I will be partaking in Mother's Day festivities. And something that I think the perfect choice for all moms is going to be a Caraway cook set. Now, the cooking with Caraway's non-toxic cookware is going to bring you such a peace of mind when you're cooking for your family. I just got my parents this for Christmas, so I got them a whole set for Christmas. Now,
I made sure not to get them everything because I can always get them more. So Mother's Day is the perfect excuse for that. And something that I still love to this day that my mom cooks is something called cowboy eggs. But eggs, as we know, like you just need a good pan for that. But all of these pans that boost, like, boast that the eggs slide right off. A lot of the times those are covered in really toxic things. So I love that Caraway has non-toxic cookware that also is so amazing with eggs and anything else that just slides right off. It's amazing. And honestly, the food storage sets, they say organize in your cabinets, but also keeps your food fresh for longer, eliminating food waste and saving money. My mom loves leftover, okay? Actually, her leftovers still taste really good. So we love that. Some facts for you guys that are just crazy. I think like 95% of home goods are made with toxic chemicals like PTFE or Teflon. The Teflon's got to go, guys. We got to get that out of there because over 70% of frying pans sold in America contain Teflon, which is... That's a lot. That's a lot, guys. And 97% of Americans have PFAs, which are toxic chemicals from nonstick cookware in their blood. Lord, get it out of our blood. All it takes is 2.5 minutes before a nonstick pan overheats and releases toxins. So do yourself a favor, give yourself that peace of mind, and give your mom the peace of mind with Caraway cookware. Spring into action with the Healthy Swap to Caraway, our favorite cookware set. It's going to save you $150 versus buying the items individually. That's what I did for my parents around Christmas time, got the set. Plus, if you visit carawayhome.com/probably, you can take an additional 10% off your next purchase. This deal is exclusive to my listeners, so visit caraway.com/probably or use code probably at checkout. Caraway, non-toxic cookware made modern.
What age do you think that we started liking each other again?
That's a good question.
I'm like mid-20s.
It's hard to quantify.
We're like, meh. No, I mean,
honestly,
we had to make an effort. Like, I think both of us made this
within the last like 5-6 years.
I'd give it a little bit more time than that.
A little bit more.
Yeah.
I have time blindness, so I don't know.
Me too. That feels like so long ago, but like that wasn't that long ago.
I remember it was like at least when I had been out, because I left like South Carolina in like 2015. You had been out for what? No, I met Lauren in 2015, so that's when you left.
Distance did us wonders. I think we really missed each other and wanted to like talk to each other.
We just had to grow and like separately in order to like bond.
Yeah, and I think we both grew up a lot individually. You know what I mean?
I remember like I actually was like looking back like some past journals, and I found this entry where it was just like, I wish Shannon and I were closer. And then it's like the only way that like we're ever going to get closer is just by stacking up good memories, because we beat the shit out of each other and had a lot of bad memories.
Yeah.
And so it was just like, I can't even get upset if like we weren't close at certain times, because it's just like you have to like have more good on the scale than bad.
Right.
And that took us a minute to get there, but like we're definitely there now.
Yeah, because I think there was a time where we were like almost looking for the bad.
Yeah.
We were anticipating bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to be annoyed when I see her. I'm blah, blah.
Yeah, it's like we had a view of each other without like really seeing where each other was at this point in our life.
Yeah.
It's hard to not see your sibling as your sibling whenever they've like grown so much independently, when you come back and you don't know about that growth yet.
And I think to like your point about maturing too, it's like we both had to like grow up and like individually like ourselves more to then like the other person.
Oh yeah.
You know, like
I had to shed a ton of insecurities for sure.
Yeah, me too. I think I just had to like be more understanding and aware that like we both had to be less selfish. Like it's not about this isn't about me. This is about Emery. Or when Emery does that, she's not trying to upset me. I'm projecting like my own insecurity. Yeah. And like, I'm like, she's saying that on purpose to upset me. It's like, no, she's not. She's literally just existing as herself. And you need to like get on board or get the fuck off.
I learned this thing recently, and I love it. I'll just like say it randomly. It's like a good way to like reset your brain. It's like Q-tip. And it's like, what? And it's like, quit taking it personally. And I'm just like, sometimes I gotta remember that. Like, I'm just like, oh, that was such a harsh reply. And I'm like, Q-tip.
Oh, that's good. I like that. Q-tip. Quit taking it personally. Yeah, it's definitely something that I think we just finally got over. And I know I like use this phrase all the time and it's so overused, but like frontal lobe, dude, frontal lobe. Like that's just a beautiful thing that when that happens.
Took a minute.
Like, you really love to see yourself develop. So if you're like struggling with a relationship, like just like, you know, give it time, I think. Okay, sorry, let me go to these other questions. What was your reaction to finding out that I was pregnant?
Oh my God. It was conflicted, but in a good way.
Yeah.
So like, let me unpack that. So obviously Lauren and I want kids,
right?
And our journey looks very different.
That was a question too.
Yeah. It kind of looks very different than how y'all's journey does, excuse me. And so there was, you know, complete transparency. There was a little part of me that was like, I found it difficult at first for like a split second.
Right.
to make sure that I was big enough to hold joy and also kind of sorrow for like some of the journey of our own at the same time.
Two things can exist at once, but
Exactly,
it's still hard to hold
But-
both at the same
but
time.
I think it like the overarching emotion I had for you was just stupid happy.
Yeah.
It's just crazy. Like you're my little sister and you're going to give me a little niece.
I
and
know.
I still think you're going to have the same kids as mom that she did.
I actually weirdly do too.
Do they know about that?
So our mom had us, so Emery, myself, and Dylan. And also it's important to note, Emery has dark hair and
Sporty.
blue eyes and is sporty. My mom has red hair, blue eyes, and is more girly.
She did pageants.
Yeah, of that ilk. My little brother is
Of that elk.
like out of dirty blonde,
Skateboarding, cars.
brownish hair, likes cars, would be
Boys
in a
boy.
if he was
Yeah.
talented, would love to be in a band, I'm sure. And not to say you're not talented, but Dylan, like I've never heard you sing, my guy. Like I just don't know.
He has a mixer board. I don't know if he uses
Of
it.
course
I
he
don't know if
does.
he uses it.
Of course he does.
Okay, but anyway.
Yeah, skateboarder, like that kind of guy. And my mom, her mother had a dark-haired, sporty girl, our aunt. Then my mom has red hair and was like girlier.
Yeah.
And then their little brother is our Uncle Robert, and he
skateboarding
is a
and cars.
skateboarder into cars and
It's
in
weird.
a band.
It's weird. It is like
Our
if
whole
it ever
lives.
repeats a third generation, it should be studied.
Yeah, our whole lives, we have always just mentioned and looked at the parallels.
Like grandpa, like, you know, especially as he got older, like after his stroke, he would always just call me Christy.
Yeah.
And did he ever call you Sharon?
yeah,
Day?
yeah. He called me
Oh,
Sharon Day
really?
before. Mm-hmm.
I bet
Yeah.
Dylan didn't get Robert.
I'm sure Dylan got Robert. I mean, like, how could you not? It is kind of confusing. So,
yeah. But
anyways,
it's crazy.
I have thought, now that I know that I'm having a girl first, I have thought, and I have this like deep rooted like intuition that my daughter, because James and I both have blue eyes, so there's a 99.9% chance our children will have blue eyes. I just picture, I'm like, I don't know why. Did you listen to my pregnancy podcast? Mm-mm. It's okay if you didn't.
I haven't had a chance yet.
No, it's fine.
I've been working.
No, it's fine.
I've been working. Had my car stolen. I've been working.
I'm kidding. Oh yeah, we have to talk about that.
I know.
Anyways, I said I have this like deep rooted. It's probably just a desire more so than like I have a feeling. But I'm like, I just picture my little girl looking like my sister. And now everyone is like, let me see a picture of your sister, because I like hyped up you as a little kid. I'm like, she was so fucking
Yeah,
cute.
what was it? Mom said she was worried about me getting stolen. And
I
not
told
you.
this. I told this story on the podcast.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm like, Disney
It's
World.
not even an exaggeration. I remember she told me that, and I was like, "That's harsh, Mom."
Yeah, she told me that too. I was like,
"That's harsh."
that's mean. No, I said, Mom won't deny that. She'd be like, I didn't say it like that. You did. But I don't care now. Like, whatever. But
Yeah.
you had this like gorgeous, like dark hair, ringlet curls, blue eyes. And I'm like, I just picture my daughter looking like that. And then I'm like, watch me have another daughter and it's a redhead. And then a little boy that's just like that would be crazy.
Yeah, I think what's really crazy is like I never dream about like people or things or anything, and like for like the last
You never
year-
dream of people or things. What do you fucking dream about, weirdo?
That's fair. Let me retract that. I never dream about like, I don't know. I dream about like my own stuff and like,
Yeah.
like, you have like crazy thing at work, blah, 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 blah. I don't dream about like,
Specifics of other people. Yeah.
I'm not Anna Grace. I have,
Right.
I have no abilities, but like something that's crazy is like, I dreamed about, that I told you I've had that same dream twice over the last year of like a little brunette girl with blue eyes sitting on James's lap while he works. And
Yeah.
I remember telling you that.
I would be thrilled. That would just make me. You
I
said
do
that
remember-
before I said the gender.
I said that for a year ago, and then I remember telling you that I was like, I never dream about stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was so clear. And then Lauren
would
goes,
make me so happy.
"Did you see our future kid?" And I said, "No,
No, just Shannon's.
no,
Just Shannon's.
And then I did a second time. I was like, "I don't think I want to mention it to her." I don't think so.
Well, I think whenever we told you that we were having a kid, you seemed very happy.
Yeah.
to me.
Oh my god, I was so happy.
We were
So
also
much joy.
I was talking to you about trying the whole time. Like
Yeah.
you were someone I confided in. You've
Yeah.
talked to me a lot about y'all's journey that you're going to go on, that, understanding the steps I'm at. She's probably so annoyed I asked so many questions. I'm like, wait, can you explain this, what y'all have to do for this and this? And like, there's also such a beauty in me not being afraid. I'm like, I don't know the ins and outs
No,
about
but,
it. So
but
like,
I mean, I appreciate that you ask questions. I think it means more that you care enough to ask questions.
well, it would be annoying as fuck if I was like, right. Yeah, I know. 'Cause you'll have to do this next. It's like,
Or
shut
you
the
could just
fuck
not
up.
care enough to like ask, And
Right.
some people have that.
No, bitch, I care deeply. I also like think you and I grew up so close to our cousins. Like
So close.
the idea we come from a really big family. We have 21 first cousins. My mom's one of 9.
And we grew
basically.
up very close. It's like,
Yeah.
it's like an Italian family, but we're all pale.
Yeah. Well, not
Except
all
for
of
our
us.
Vietnamese family.
Yeah. Some of them are Vietnamese and they are not pale.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's crazy that was such a beautiful like part of our lives that I just cannot imagine.
Yeah.
Like cousins.
Every weekend, like you really have to emphasize, like,
Yeah.
every weekend, like after school, we did vacation Bible school every week. It's just like,
it's just cousins were just like the shit. And I just
was
like
core childhood.
Can't wait to have like, we talk about that. We're just like, they'll be cousins, dude. Like that'll just be so fun. So, I'm sure you and Lauren are looking forward to that. You don't have to share anything that you don't want to share, but it's just like, it's really exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. Not a lot I can share right now, but like in the future for sure.
Yeah, we'll have you back. Don't you worry.
After
Dylan. My God. There's actually this really funny story about our mom that went to mom saw a psychic when she was really young.
Oh yeah.
Before she was married to dad.
Yeah.
And she was like, you're going to get married to him. Y'all are going to have 3 children.
You're going to live on water.
You're going to live on the water. You're going to have 2 girls and a boy. And you're going to have
one person's
8
going to
grandchildren.
have 10. One person's going to have 5. Oh wait, no, maybe it's 8. One person's going to have 3.
No, it was like you're going to have 8 grandchildren and one of your children's going to give you 5.
Yeah, and everyone thinks it's me.
And I go like this. We're all like, it's got to be Dylan
because he doesn't have to have them.
Birthing 5 children
because he doesn't have to have them.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap out on that one.
Yeah, like Dylan, all you, bro.
I know, and he's just like, why would I do that? I was like, sure as hell won't be us.
Yeah, we're out. We're tapping out.
5? No, I mean, like,
that's
kudos to y'all that do that. I can't.
We're both gonna fuck around and do it by accident. One of us.
5? It'll be you and James, not me and Lauren.
It'll be you. No. What if you have triplets and the twins?
Why would you say that? Why would you? Because Lauren's siblings are triplets.
I know Lauren's younger siblings are triplets.
Yeah,
crazy.
That's my favorite party fact.
That's crazy.
It is nuts.
It's nuts.
I remember on our second date, I was like, "So, like, what's your favorite color? Is that genetic?" I was like, just real fast.
That's hilarious. So, anyways, does that run in your family?
Yeah,
that is so funny.
No, but like, actually, please answer.
Please answer.
Sometimes it can feel like there are not enough hours in the day to do everything that you need to get done. Now with Tonal, you can ensure that you are checking a workout off your to-do list with the convenience of having an at-home gym. And this is going to be 24/7, all right? Because honestly, sometimes it's just like, it's too much. It's too much going on in the day. So Tonal is the world's smartest workout that effortlessly fits into the busiest of lifestyles. And with the latest iteration, Tonal 2, you can ensure that your workout is more tailored and effective than ever. Now, Tonal adjusts in just 1 pound increments with adaptive weights that now go up to 150 pounds. So you can challenge even the most advanced users to push it to their limits, baby. You can also experience a full body burn with their Aero HIIT workout. So that's going to be like the perfect blend of heart pumping cardio and strength. Plus there's more, guys. The new built-in Smart View leverages a really cool high resolution camera that lets you see yourself during your workout. So that's going to analyze your movement, provide real-time coaching, just like a personal trainer right at home. With new drop sets, the Tonal 2 analyzes your movement, senses when you're fatiguing. Okay, like how smart is this? And it's going to drop that weight until your muscles are maxed out. Now, this is an experience you could only get in the gym. Until now, baby, you can get it at home. And right now, Tonal is offering my listeners $200 off your Tonal purchase with promo code Probably. That's Tonal.com and use promo code Probably for $200 off your purchase. That's Tonal.com, promo code Probably for $200 off.
We had a lot of people respond to the photo that I used for the question box. It's a photo. Ow, I just bit my tongue.
Don't do that.
How do I not bite my tongue more often? Like, I won't shut the fuck up. It's a photo of you from your side profile. And people like go, oh my God, I've never thought, like, because honestly, like, let's be real. Like, we're very aware that we aren't twins. Okay. Like,
was it the red hair?
We get it. But it's crazy because from the side profile, I think you can really see the similarities in us. And there's certain things like also
God bless Sharon K and those high cheekbones.
Right. No, so true.
Yeah.
I actually have people tell me that
Shout
often.
out, Mom. Thank you.
When they do my makeup. I know you don't get glammed on all the time, but like when I do, people are always like, God,
last time was my wedding.
Didn't I do your makeup for her? No.
No, you didn't like how she was doing it. And you go, no, more bronzer. You go, no, more bronzer.
Yeah. Emery's your classic bitch that never gets her makeup done. So she's like, ooh, too much. I'm like, it's your wedding.
She would ask
more.
Me, she goes,
more.
Do you want this? Do you want this? And finally I was like, Shannon, will you just come over here and tell me what I want?
I told you
I like to kill her at my wedding.
You looked so good at your wedding.
Yeah.
That's because I was there. Micromanaging. And I spray tanned you the night before.
You did. And Lauren.
Such a touch. Oh yeah. That was.
And Lauren.
I'm like, come in here. I brought my machine. I'm like,
I remember she was like, so she's just going to see you naked? I was like, unless you want to be spray tanned in clothes.
Yeah. And y'all were going to Greece for your honeymoon. So I was like, Lauren, strip.
And then you're like, do not work out.
Yeah. Oh my God. The next day I was like, if I see you one motherfucking pull up, I will kill you.
I was doing dips.
I will kill you. You're like, but my arms need to look pumped for that. I'm like, oh.
I did do that. I absolutely did that. And they did.
Do you think we look alike sometimes?
Oh yeah. We diverted off that. Yeah, I think
once in a
you
while.
and I have thought we look similar more than other people have ever thought that. Mm-hmm. I think as kids,
Our eye, like from here up, I know I had eyelid surgery, but like from here up, like we have like a very similar, like our eyes, our brows, and our foreheads.
what I think is really crazy is, I don't know when this started, but like in the last like few years, when we go home, you will be talking in another room and Lauren will be like, honey, what? And I'm just like, we do not sound that much alike.
This drives me crazy.
It's happened a few times now.
This drives me crazy. People hear you on my stories, and it's the most annoying thing, because when strangers say it must be true, because like they're just
why else would they say it?
They're just a stranger. They will be like,
they're just a stranger.
She literally sounds just like you, and I'm like,
see, I don't hear that.
I revert back to my like teenage self. I'm like, no, she doesn't. Like, no, we don't sound the same. But people say that to me all the time.
See,
that we sound the same.
I've only ever heard it from Lauren, but like she'll literally answer you. She's like, "What, love?" And I'm like, I didn't say anything. And she goes, oh my God, I thought you said something.
Our inflection or something.
gotta be.
And then
I don't
also
know.
like we are sisters, so we probably just have a similar voice, like a register. But it's what I've heard that, and I don't know why it bothers me. I'm like, no, we don't. No.
Well, when you talk like that, we're solid.
No, we don't like that. Yeah, I don't know. I think also like we need to record that video where we like swap clothes and styles, but
do that after this.
We obviously like have very different like looks, in the sense that like I'm out here like putting fake lashes on and overlining my lips to the heavens, and you're like, yeah, like I use the same Lancome dual.
No, I actually switched it up. Tinted moisturizer.
What was it called? Dual finish. You were a hoe for Lancome.
I thought you were telling
finish.
me to finish talking.
No, finish. No, dual finish. Remember the powder?
Oh, what Mom got us?
Yeah,
You
Mom
remember
got us on
to
it.
tell her like, Mom, we love you so much. Stop getting us Lancome samples for Christmas.
We actually had to tell her that, and I love her heads.
Feelings. I felt bad.
You guys, they weren't samples. She was going.
It was kits.
She was going every Christmas to the makeup counter, and she was paying probably the ones that say like
it was like $120.
It was saying 120. Cross out, valued at not 390.
Yeah.
She'd be like, this is amazing, and we're like, Mom,
Yeah.
we don't want it.
Well, because it's like, here is 6 samples of cherry red.
Yeah, well, and it's just like stuff oh, moms. One thing about our mom, and we talked about this earlier, she has to be chronically fair, and it's like a disease. Like we are always telling her,
Don't say it's a disease.
no, it's a disease. We're
It's
always
important to her. It's important to her.
We're like, Mom, we are grown adults. She's like, I'm working on Christmas. I gotta get your sister one more thing because she's $23 below what I got you. And I was like, did you get her all the stuff she asked for? Yes. Then I think then don't worry about it. Like
we're solid.
It's really sweet. I'm joking, Mom. It's not a disease, but like Mom wants to be so fair with all of us.
I remember I was like just giving like a little like.
Do you think you'll be like that?
Me? No, I don't want to do that. I'm gonna be like, you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. Like,
period.
Yeah. No, but it's funny. I was actually like just being cheeky last time we were home, and I was just like, "Hey, Mom, like James's stocking doesn't have a coconut in it." And she goes, "Well, your father can get another one." I was like, "I was kidding."
Oh my
I
God!
was kidding.
Don't do that to the woman.
I know. And immediately I was like, regret.
Gosh.
Regret.
No, it's sweet. She's just like very fair. But then another question was like, I'm sure it was just like facetious. It was like, who's the favorite? And I looked at Emery. I go, we can answer that on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Dylan.
Dylan.
Yeah.
Not us. It's Dylan.
Yeah. Oh my God.
100%.
Baby boy.
Baby of the family and only boy.
Yeah.
Baby boy. What do you think about my career? People were wanting to know, like, what how do you view like what I do? Like, are you like, I guess I just know the answer. I'm like, she doesn't care. Not that you don't care, but you're just like,
yeah,
love. Yeah, you wouldn't have cared what I did as long as I was happy.
I was thinking about this the other day for whatever reason, and I always knew that you were gonna, because you were always in front of the camera. You did like the little, what was it, little GES news.
Oh yeah, I was the newscaster for like our school always.
I mean, and then you did theater,
right?
And then you did pageants, and so that always was something that you naturally gravitated towards.
Yeah,
and you were good at. So I don't think. I always thought you were going to be a news anchor for weather.
Yeah, no,
that was a thing for.
That was just like what classic little girl would say. I want to be a weather girl. It was just like what you'd say.
And I remember like you have to get a degree in like about weather. I don't know what it's called. But,
not astrology, meteorology.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Well,
and it ain't easy.
Yeah, and
I was like, I'm out.
And you were just like, no, theater. But no, it doesn't. So it didn't surprise me that you ended up in this for all of that to say. But I will say it's an interesting career sometimes.
Yeah.
Just to live in relation and like, proximity of it sometimes.
Right. It's like this weird parasocial relationship that you see of me, even though we have a real life relationship, but then you see like me on the internet, and then not that I'm I am myself on the internet, of course, but there are things that the internet doesn't know. There are the reality, like I talked about, people that see certain stuff and they see what they want to see, right?
Yeah.
And so they live in this reality that they believe of me. Yeah. You actually know the real reality. So you like watch stuff and know stuff, and I'm sure that's just like weird. It's like watching your favorite show and knowing the rest of the script before it happens. You're like, weird.
Yeah. Or like honestly, like even when you're on like Very Cavallari, like I remember we'd find out about stuff, like we'd be talking about stuff,
right?
Like when they'd be like, I remember there was one time where you're like, they basically like, I don't know if I can even say it, but like prompted a fight between me and John. And I remember being like, okay, can you not? Like, it's a real relationship.
Yeah.
Like they got to go home and sleep in the same bed.
Right.
Like, let's not do that.
I know, it's crazy.
And just like really disliking that. Just like, but yeah, no, it's crazy. I think it's cool. I think what you do is cool. I really love seeing you on stage. Just like, it's great to see someone you love, like being good at what they do.
Yeah.
It's your craft. You're good at it.
I think like influencer Shannon, you're like, cool, yeah, get your bag, like you're good at selling that stuff. I think me like gravitating more towards like the podcast and comedy, I think that's when you're actually like, oh, proud big sister moment.
No, it's not that. Yeah, it wasn't that I didn't look. Influencer stuff is great. I think that
you don't have to give a disclaimer. It's okay. It's the same way I feel about you being like, my car gets miles per gallon.
You transitioned into that very quickly after the TV show,
right?
But I really saw behind the scenes you put in some freaking work for the podcast and the comedy show. Like you wanted something and you worked towards it, and I love that in any aspect. Yeah.
Thanks.
So they're a little bit different from me. Yeah, definitely more proud. Big sister, proud moment.
Thank you. Okay, and we can wrap it up. People want to know if either one of us get defensive for one another.
Yes.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah, like don't put my sister, our brothers, honestly my family members. Like my family and Lauren, I turn red. Like I'm not.
We see red. It's like the cheesy sitcom where it's like, yeah, I can say that about them, but you could not say that about them. Like, we don't fuck around with that. I think especially with.
You went off on a cousin one time. I remember at a family.
And I will again.
Yeah.
And by the way, Mom recently asked me. Never mind.
No, tell me. Mom
just recently said something like, "And do you want so and so to come?" I go, "No." And she goes, "Okay, I'm just making sure." I'm like, I will hold a grudge for Emery. I'm really good about not holding grudges for myself. Like I think they don't serve you. They drain you. Like why hold a grudge? But there is just something about holding a grudge for my sister that I'm like, I know she's healed, but like I'm not gonna let it go, motherfucker. Yeah. Like I'm not.
What do they say? Like resentment is like poison you feed yourself and wait for it to kill someone else.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, no, I can handle a little bit. Don't talk about her.
Yeah. No. A little bit's making me stronger actually. I like a little bit of it. Yeah. I really, I feel like in regards, because there was someone that was like, how did you come out to your sister? Which you can tell that story too if you want.
Yeah, it was so chill. It really was
so chill.
It was chill.
Text.
I literally sent it in a group chat and I said, hey, just wanted to let y'all know.
Was it a group chat? I thought I got my own text.
No, sorry.
No.
And I said, no, you did get your own text.
I was going to say, I thought I did.
Yeah, we'll go with that. And so.
Did I?
I don't remember anymore. It was 10 years ago.
I know. I want to say, now you're making me think it was a group chat. Anyways, keep going. It doesn't matter. It was a text. I might have told you, you know what? I told you in person before I left your house. Because Mom had already hit the road. And then I told it in the group chat. So you actually were told separate. Because I left your house. And I was already with Lauren then. So I remember telling you right before I left. And then I told the rest of the family. But you were in that group chat. Yeah. Not that it matters. But the whole thing is I told. Yeah. It was a text. Yeah, it was chill text. Having to get two sisters on a podcast.
Literally.
We're like, wait.
We're like, we'll spend 5
minutes. Shit that doesn't matter. Yeah. I mean, it matters. No, I'm just saying like the logistics.
Not that much though. Not that much.
Was it a group chat or was it a single chat? Everyone's like, get to the fucking point.
Like 30-second fast forward.
Yeah.
But yeah, and I just like, hey, I want to let everybody know I'm dating someone new. It's a girl. Her name's Lauren. Yeah. That was it. And I just dropped that in the chat. And I think I had this like really specific memory of my response because I literally, once again, going back to the frontal lobe, I'm like, why did I say that? That's such a like. What'd you say? I said, I was supportive. I was, of course. I said, I wouldn't care if you were dating a walrus. Like.
Like, oh yeah, a good one.
I remember being like, I'm not though.
Good one. Like, I wish I would have been like, I wouldn't care if you're dating Wahlers as long as you're happy. I'm happy. Like, can't wait to meet her or something like that.
Reality, whatever.
But like okay, like I just like, you know what I mean? I'm sure you and I had our own conversations separately outside of the group chat.
I remember telling you and being like, I might tell mom and dad. You're like, you should. They wouldn't give a fuck. And I was like, I think they would. You go, Mimi was gay.
Yeah. Our grandmother was gay.
Yeah.
Like,
and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna like go for it.
I'm just gonna do it. No,
But I turned my phone off immediately after for 10 minutes. I was
Oh,
so
my God, it's like you sent a nude. You're like,
and then I was driving in the car and I was like, but I need directions back to South Carolina. So I had to turn it back on. I absolutely played myself
we're
with that
so
one.
directionally challenged, the two of us.
Yeah.
No, I wish I would have just been like, I don't know, like so proud of you. Like I'm so glad you chose to share this with us. Like what a, like, you know, I'm here for you. Like no matter what. And I was like, I don't care if you're dating a walrus. Like, shut up. Like I
forgive you.
I was 21.
I forgive you.
I was 21. Okay. We'll give her that. But yeah. But going back to being defensive, I think just in regards to like, in general, your life, your sexuality, like that's something that I've always just felt like, I know it's not my fucking place, but like,
Oh no, you're real protective.
for some
over
reason,
that.
like that dog will fight. Like,
Yeah.
I got that dog in me. Like,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have to be fair.
You're even more protective over me and Lauren's relationship, I think.
Yeah. And to be fair, like I don't live y'all's life. So like, I can't understand an ounce of like any sort of like discrimination or anything you feel. And there has not been, I will say, many situations where I've ever had to get defensive, but there's been a couple
Yeah.
in not our immediate family at all, but like, you know, just
Ignorance. Just
yeah,
ignorance.
yeah. We don't even have to give more details. And I'm like, oh, I will literally throw bows. And to the point
I had to tell you to calm down.
yeah, to the point where family members will be like, okay, it's resolved. It's fine. I'm like, oh, did they apologize? Did they tell her that they are so sorry? Did they do this? They're like, no, but they're fine. And I'm like, oh, I'm not fine. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know what it
know.
is. Like,
I've even forgiven a family member, and then you and Lauren are still like, no, we still
no. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me and Lauren are always on the same page.
You are. It's really annoying. A few years, I love how we both did that. A few years ago, we were at the house, and I remember y'all were just like ripping on me for something, and it was just like back and forth. And finally, I was like, okay, so you married to me, not on her team, same team.
We literally are always like, we just
And I had
like
to tell her, I was like, Shannon, when
we
Shannon
see
picks
each
on me
other.
and make jokes, that's a sibling thing. I love you so much. You cannot
join
join
in.
in. You can't join in.
Or like one time she told
And
me,
we literally talked about that, and she's like, it's so fun. And I was like, you cannot.
yeah. And then one time you were like, because I think
was
you
like,
had
it hurts
said
my
something, and I was
feelings.
like, you can't talk to her like that. And Lauren's like, yeah, you can't talk to me like that. And you were both like, hey, and you like pulled me aside. You're like, hey, with our marriage, you, and like it was some dumb little like, I don't know. She was like, turn left, and you were like, I'm driving. It was something
Yeah.
silly.
Yeah.
And I was like, don't fucking talk to her like that. And you were like, you stay out of it. And I was like, no, I'm in it. And you're like, yeah, I don't know. Me and Lauren are always, and you're
Yeah,
like, okay,
you're lying.
but you two away
Yeah.
from each other.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
Oh, it's great. Well, to wrap this up really quickly, I asked my sister to bring me a fountain Coke. I said, not specific, just need a Coke. But if it was fountain, extra points. And it really,
You
didn't-
also said with ice, I'm not picky.
with ice, because you know what? I thought you might be sweet and be like, I got you one without ice so it'd have more room. And I really wanted ice because you're really,
does that?
You're thoughtful like that. Like
you want a warm Coke? I don't like you, I guess.
no, you're just really thoughtful. And I just wanted to make sure you weren't thinking too hard about it. I'm like, I want ice in there.
You really
And-
thought this.
And then I thought to myself after I said a fountain Coke with ice, I was like, I'd love it to be from McDonald's, but I'm not saying that. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'd love a French fry from McDonald's. Didn't say any of that. Just said like, could you please bring me a Coke on the way? Like I need some energy.
Yeah.
She walks in with a fountain Coke from
Yes.
McDonald's with ice, and she goes, and I got you a fry. I don't know if you
You're
want
pregnant.
it.
Of course I
I'm
got
like,
you a fry.
oh my God, I'm so
Of course
happy.
I got you a fry.
Never been
It
happier.
was actually for my niece. It's not for you.
It's literally, by the way, she loves it. I
She's
love
welcome.
you.
Your auntie loves you.
Your auntie loves you. I love you so, so much. Oh, wait, that was the last question. People were like, what is your baby going to call her? I'm like, Aunt Emery?
Oh, I don't know.
Emmy?
Whatever she wants.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. It's like,
our neighbors would call us Emmy and Lala.
oh, that's cute.
Yeah, so probably it's just easier.
That's
Easier to
cute.
say.
Yeah.
I'll let them do whatever they want.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I love you so much. Thank
love
you
you.
for coming on the podcast and laugh extra hard at my show in a couple hours. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Love you. Bye.